Vanderbilt at South Carolina. South Carolina is a 5.5 point favorite. Over under set at 48.5 for this one. Uh, I was really impressed with what Vanderbilt was able to do against Virginia Tech last week. I mean that was very impressive. Got down early. I think 10-0 is about when they started kicking it on and deciding to do something offensively after some turnovers and some unfortunate plays. Um, Really, once Vanderbilt was able to hit the accelerator, man, they really just laid it on Virginia Tech. And I mean, they scored 20 more points on Virginia Tech than what South Carolina did earlier this season. So, I mean, this early in the season, having a common opponent like that,
Hmm.
I don't know, man. This Vanderbilt team looks really, really exciting. We all know Diego Pavia. We all know what he can do and the exciting player that he is. He made one really bad throw in that Virginia Tech game. But other than that, I mean, he continues to just be an electrifying player in the SEC. Richardson looked really, really good at wide receiver. Alexander at running back. He's got a couple of touchdowns already this season. Now, South Carolina's defense, I think, is a pretty good bit better than Virginia Tech's, but man, Kyron Drones made some plays on Virginia Tech's defense, or excuse me, on Vanderbilt's defense, that made me really think that Lenora Sellers might be the X factor in this one, man. And I don't think that that's some kind of hot take or something. I mean, Lenora Sellers is top five in Heisman odds at this point, but I think he's really going to flex his muscles in this one. I think he's going to have to, man. I think whichever quarterback can put their team on their back at the end of this game is going to be the one that comes out with a victory. Again, I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking Vanderbilt plus 5.5 here. Um, South Carolina still leaves a little bit to be desired on that offensive line, and Vanderbilt showed a propensity of getting after the quarterback last week that I don't think we really saw from them last year. I think that was kind of a piece that was missing for them last year, and it looks like maybe they've addressed some of those needs. And I don't look at South Carolina's offensive line and Virginia Tech's offensive line and see like this big massive difference between the two. So I think Vanderbilt's going to be able to have some success getting after the quarterback. And how Lenoris handles that. Does he get out of the pocket? Is there somebody to account for that with Vanderbilt? I think that's gonna the chess match within the match that we're gonna see on Saturday. But it's gonna come down to Pavia versus Sellers in this one, and I think that we're in for a show, man. I actually think that this game is. I I'm gonna buck the trend on the over unders. I've been betting the unders a lot this week. I'm going over on this one, over 48.5. And I like the underdog here to keep it within a field goal. I think somebody kicks a field goal as time expires to win this sucker. Um,
Yeah.
but I think South Carolina can win it, but it ain't going to be by that many, I don't believe. Give me Vanderbilt plus 5.5 and give me the over.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that Vanderbilt is a sneaky team right now in the SEC. This is a Vanderbilt program for those who have seen what is it called? Any Given Saturday, the Netflix documentary that recently came out. You know, this is a Vanderbilt team that, right or wrong, believe that they're building something that is going to be the next dynasty in college football. That's truly what Clark Lee believes, and he has his team bought into that idea. That's a scary situation, and I think that when you've got a quarterback like Diego Pavia, who is an absolute gamer, a leader. If you haven't watched that show, I strongly encourage you to, because you gain a lot of respect for this Commodores team, what they were putting together. Um, I don't think enough people are talking about Vanderbilt, and they think that last year was just a flash in the pan, this and that. If they can come in to Columbia, get the win against the Gamecocks this week, I guarantee you everybody's going to be talking about Vanderbilt. the freaking USA Today is probably going to be talking about Vanderbilt. I mean, it's really inspiring what they've been able to do so far this season, and really in the past two seasons. This to me could go a long way for the Commodores. I do agree with you, Mark. I think that they should be able to win this game. If to me, it's really going to rely on the passing attack. We've been talking a lot about these rushing attacks for both teams, but to me, I haven't seen enough out of Lenora Sellers in the passing game. Does he take the next step, and is he able to push the ball downfield a little bit more? And then the same thing with Diego Pavia. Can he clean up some of these mistakes? Can he push the ball downfield again, and really just kind of put the pressure on South Carolina's defense. I know what South Carolina has in the front seven. They've had some injuries on the back end of the defense already this year, but the matchup is there for South Carolina in this defense to be able to beat Vanderbilt's offense. But Vanderbilt has been able to out scheme some opponents and that have some better players on that side of the football than Vandy. I like Vanderbilt in this one. I think that they sneak up and get South Carolina on the road. Huge win for Clark Lee and the Commodores. Give me Vanderbilt to win this one. South Carolina takes the L this week.